So if you think about a typical, kind of corporate plan, right? So here I am today, at point A, let's say. And what I want to do is get to point B. So here I am, it's 2020. Point B is going to be, let's say it's 2022. And let's pick up on Brian's business, right? I think there is a huge market in the world for dog owners, not cat owners, but dog owners to understand their pet's mood. So I'm at work or I'm away, how's my dog feeling? Like, how do I build that connection? Let's just say. And so the typical corporate way we go about that is we start off with, well, how many dogs are there, in let's just say America, there's so many dogs. And then we say, how many owners of those dogs have disposable income above a certain level? And we say, the answer is X. And we work our way through to, the addressable market for this dog feeling thing is, it's worth, I'll make this up, $2 billion a year, potentially. Like, that's the potential market size. So we say, okay, we're going to assume that that product is desirable, that the technology will work, that everything we're going to do is sort of going to work out. And so what we then do is we put together a beautiful PowerPoint slide, which lays all this out. And then we have spreadsheets that go behind it, right, which tell you all the things. And you all know what the spreadsheets look like, right? So the spreadsheet is year 1 is revenue of X. Year 2 is X times 10%. Year 3 is year 2 times 10%. And you have this hockey stick that goes on. I know you guys don't do this, but you'd be astonished the number of companies that do this. And so in effect, what you've got is a plan that implicitly says our journey from A to B is going to look like this. And we can modify it, we can spreadsheet it, we can, do all the things. So then you go to the pitch committee, right? And anybody who's been a CEO or senior leader knows what this is like, right? So you pitch the thing and the most articulate person on the team gives the pitch. And then they say, okay, go, right? So you've got your, $500,000 development budget, and you've got your team now, and you've got your IT people, and you go. And you go as though you had the answer. And so, Kadir, the fundamental question, the fundamental distinction between a discovery plan is this, right? Versus, so here I am, I'll do this in a different color. So here I am, A is 2020. B is maybe it's 2022, question mark. And instead of mapping out this whole big, long plan, what you're going to say to the people that you're getting resources from is, what I'd like to do is I would like to do a short study doing an A/B test of dog owners to see, does it bother them? Is it on their minds what their pets are doing when they're not home, right? So instead of this big, long, monolithic thing, what I'm going to do is design a short experiment which has a checkpoint. And at the checkpoint, I'm going to ask some questions, right? And so I'm not asking you for the whole, 500,000, let's say, to design this whole big, long thing. What I'm asking you for is maybe, let's say $3,000 to do, to get a design consultant, to do a little bit of experimentation. And I'm going to ask the question. Now, at each of these points, which I call a checkpoint, I'm going to stop and I'm going to say, okay, given what we've learned, do we race? Where race is, do we need to redirect? So maybe what we've learned is it's not how pet owners are concerned about their dog's feelings. Maybe what we're concerned is pet owners are worried about, are their dogs well behaved in the doggy daycare? Are they popular members of the doggy daycare set, or are they not? And maybe we need to redirect. Maybe our idea was wrong. Do we need to accelerate? Maybe what we've learned is that, oh my God, as COVID is bearing down upon us, those workers who actually have to be out of the home, right, who have to leave their pets behind, are really worried about not just their pets, but what's going on at home. Is everything okay? How's the whole sort of home environment? So maybe what we need to do is really double down on this and accelerate. Maybe we need to just continue. So just keep going. Or maybe, this is just really fundamentally a dumb idea. People are like, it's a dog. I don't care. By the way, I would imagine this is highly cultural, right? So Brian, you probably have more expertise in this than I do. But, like, there are going to be people who really, really care. And then there are going to be people who are like, it's a dog. It really doesn't matter. So let's say we do this test and we say, okay, there is actually a subset of people who really, really, really care about their pets' moods. So what we want to do now is we want to get another, let's say this time we want to get $5,000. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a Facebook video and see who responds. So the Facebook video might look like this. It's a cartoon, and it shows, let's say it's a young woman leaving her home. She gives her dog a big hug on the way out the door. And then the Facebook video shows, you know, the dog all day long. Is the dog happy? Is the dog not? But what she's got now is she's got this magic device, and she can call up her phone and she can see what her dog's doing. She can have a conversation with her dog. Oh, you know, Fido, I'm at work. I'm going to be home a little late. Are you okay if I stop by the gym? I mean, whatever it is dog owners do with their dogs. And so let's say we do this Facebook video thing. We've spent now $5,000 on getting a video artist. We've gotten comments now. Now notice what we're doing. We're now building up a whole community of people who are seeing this thing, who are responding like, that's so stupid. Who would want to, you know, have a video chat with your dog when you're at work? And then there'll be other people like, oh, I would love to be able to do that, have a video chat with my dog at work, right? And so let's say you've got enough of a population that you think, this thing could really work. Okay, now I'm going to want, you know, let's say now I want $10,000 to do a technical prototype. So what this thing is going to be is it's going to be a special collar, which is equipped with sensors. Think of it like a Fitbit collar for your dog, but it's not just the tracking steps and stuff. It's now going to tell you this is your dog's. It's going to look at your dog's heart rate, and you know, there's these psychographic measures of distress, right? So is your dog distressed? And if it's distressed, maybe it sends you a message and says, you know, your dog could really use an encouraging word right now. And you get the idea. So what we're doing, instead of saying we've got this whole monolithic plan and we're just going to go for it, what we're doing is we're saying each of these checkpoints, we have a set of assumptions that we're going to test, right? So that very first checkpoint we're going to test, is this even a thing? You know, do dog owners care about this? And we probably have dog owners in this room. We could probably do a little focus group. And guess what? For no additional charge. Now Columbia's got all this information about how dog owners feel. At this one, right, this sort of $5,000, you know, go out and see what's going on. You know, there's another set of assumptions we're going to test. The video, right? Now we've got actual customers, potential customers we're talking to. And now when we want to do the actual device, now we've got, you know, we bring in the engineers and the technicians and how do you get around the fact that there's fur in between you and the sensor, like that kind of question, right? And so eventually you'll decide whether you want to go forward, but each step along the way, you know, you're doing this, right? You're asking these questions. And this is very, very consistent with the option-oriented idea of you don't assume you're going to carry the thing all the way through to conclusion, which you do in this world, right? In this world, there's no looking left, there's no looking right. We've got our plan, we've got our objectives, we've got our mission. You can do that in a high certainty world.